So last week we looked at the so-called multi-phase flowing material balance feature in Whitson Plus, and we compared it to some numerical modeling results. So in this numerical model right here, we saw that we had a oil in place, gas in place, and water in place with the following values. And if we compare that with, for instance, this multi-phase flow run, we see that the outputs here from the straight line analysis that has been developed by Leslie Thompson and Barry Ruddock provides us with very accurate estimates of pore volume and the associated oil and gas and water in place, all multi-phase. But the next thing we can do in the software now is to link this to a recovery factor analysis feature that you find just below here. And as you'll see in the checklist here, to be able to run this methodology, you first have to run the multi-phase flow material balance. You have to forecast your bottom hole pressures. That's just something you do here in the tool. So you need to provide a abandonment pressure. So if I make this 700, for instance, there will be some extrapolation here from the last pressure and down. But just to compare consistently now towards the numerical model, I'll keep it at 1,000. And also in terms of the next checkpoints here, we need to provide an OGR and bottom hole pressure and a WGR versus bottom hole pressure as well. And the way to do that is simply to select points on this particular curve right here. You can add points by clicking this button up here to the right. If you have already created a lot of points like I've done here, you can click in between points to add more points. If you feel that you have too many points, you can just drag it off the screen to remove these points, which didn't work very well in that case. But if I just take it and drag it further down there, it will work. Very good, and you do the exact same thing for water, and then you've essentially done all the steps, and you simply click run, and you then get a set of recovery factors for oil, gas, and water. And if you compare these oil, gas, and water recovery factors with what you have in your numerical model, you'll end up with extremely similar results, which for all practical purposes will be identical.